Hey guys, it's SWTOR Tutorials, and today we'll be going over the Rage Juggernaut. And I got a request for this video, so I decided to give it a shot again. I played Rage briefly a couple, like half a year ago maybe, and just never got around to posting a video for it. So it's a good time to start now. So we're on Alderon, and I come in a little bit late, so I look forward, and you want to make sure since you're a melee class, you're getting into the fight at the beginning, so I jump forward to someone, and then use my Saber throw into my jump. Now, I've been asked about my Rage rotation, and I'll post my ideal rotation at the bottom. It's pretty similar to Dulfy's, it's basically the exact same thing, because I really liked that rotation. So I'm just going on the healer. As you can see, she's already marked, and I already have a healer on me, so I'm able to go and be on the front lines. Now, as soon as she teleports away, I look around and then go to my next target. This Merc has a target on him. I thought it was a healer, but it's actually, you can tell by the purple cell, it's actually a DPS Merc. So I'm kind of getting toned here, so I throw out my group AoE stun and then jump back closer to my healer. I continue on my rotation over here because I'm getting heals, and I'm able to make significant progress on the Merc even through his guard. Now as he starts running away, I look up and I see, alright, we have neither of the two side turrets. I might as well follow him, kill him really quickly, and then move on. So I'm already at full health, and I already have a full stack of Rage, so I decided to go toward the node. Now, since you build Rage, you want to make sure that if you have Rage, you're kind of going from one fight to the next, but this Juggernaut does a very good thing. He's delaying for his team by hiding away from you. So when someone is delaying like this, you want to get like a Saber throw right there, many attacks in as you can, but also just go for the node and he'll be forced to attack you. So once he gets in, I start up my rotation again, and then continue on. Then I pop one of my defensives really early, because since he's a dot jug, I wanted to be able to like be guarded against his initial attacks, because once the dots start ticking, it's only a matter of time. So at this point, I'm having to pop some defensive, and I see someone else there. I have a net on me, and I see that he still has his defensives up. So I throw out my AoE stun just to kind of get him off my back, and then I go attack this guy here. I push him off just to get some distance away. And if you think I'm going to die at this point, you have not watched enough of my videos. Mad dash away, pop a med pack, and then get the healing thing. As soon as I do, I go right on back. I throw my Saber and use my Force Scream as a gap closer. So then, as I jump to him again just to get a little farther ahead. Probably should have waited a bit more. Throwing on a taunt and then leaping in. He has like a couple of defensives, but we're still able to finish him off. Now I tell the guy to cap, but on my chat I actually have the wrong person. So I'm moving off the node, and I'm just kind of checking over my shoulder of who's going to be here. I don't want to leave my guy that we just capped the node. I don't want to leave him hanging, so I kind of just heal up, look over my shoulder, and as soon as I see that the Merc has committed, I like 1v1s, so I just go in there really quick. Now notice when I jump to him, I'm right behind his back. Now I'm gonna guess that this guy's a clicker and a keyboard turner because of how slowly he's turning. As you see, I'm able to get behind his back, move around him, kite around him. Now since I see 3 other people are there, I call out 3 grass on my chat bar, move forward to resist some of his hardest attacks, and then continue my DPS. Now there's another healer there, so I quickly switch targets, push him away, and then leap again. One of our best moves against the healers is using our push, so you want to make sure you're using that as much as possible. However, he's a pretty good operative and is able to keep him and his Merc alive, interceding quickly there because my guy was taking some damage, and then jumping in again to attack. So that was bad right there. You don't want to use your Obliterate right after your jump because they both proc the same abilities. So that was a poor rotational for me. But honestly, of all the classes and specs I've done, Rage is the most forgiving. I can honestly just screw up my rotation, and I do screw up my rotation in this video, and then just come right back again. Now since he rockets out away, he's out of healing range. So then I continue on, get some quick bursts, turn on my Saber Reflect because he's using his hard-hitting abilities, and then finish him off with an Obliterate. So then at this point, I know that we still have the healer kind of annoying people, and he's drawing people away from middle. We need to be going on middle because we're doing very well in this game. So he's netted, he can't stealth out. A couple of quick attacks from us finishes him off. I use my Mad Dash just to kind of get some distance toward the node. I know our tank and healer combo in the middle is taking some great heals. They're doing a great job defending against all those guys. So I intercede toward them just to kind of give them some defensive and then move forward on the healer.
Now again, this healer's in guard range, so I switch off to a tank, hoping that maybe I can just kind of burst someone who's not down. And I do burst him. I make some good progress. Push the guy away, jump back in to interrupt his heal, and then just kind of do some more DPS. Again, I'm kind of off my rotation at this point, but you just want to keep hitting what's procced up, and you'll find yourself in again. Of all the stuns and moving we have to do, our rotation is going to get thrown off, but you want to make sure you're prioritizing your highest hitting moves. Intercede on over to healer because she was taking some damage. You want to make sure that you're helping your healers. That's one of our biggest capabilities in these fights. We have taunts, we have intercede. As a Juggernaut, if you're leaving the game with no protection and you're just not playing the class right. So I'm kind of gridlocked against this one Juggernaut, but that's not really good. He's absorbing a lot of my attacks. So I go on to a much squishier target than Merc. And then I move forward again. There's a lot of people over here, but we're still making some good progress. We have an excellent healer and an excellent tank. So we're able to hold the two side nodes and still attack toward here. Now once this Merc moves away, he moves out of healing range, and again, I don't understand why he do that. I'm able to quickly get some big hits in and finish him off just because he was outside healing range. So just for you range classes out there, yes, you want to be getting away from the Juggernauts, but instead of using your rocket out to move away from the node, use the rocket out to move away toward the node. You're still creating distance between you and your attackers, but that way you're still within guard and healer range. So just a quick thing for any range class out there. Jumping back on the healer really quickly, doing some AoE damage. In these situations, even if your smash isn't proc, you can still might as well want to hit it. It does a decent bit of damage, and our discipline and utilities really help it hit hard, so it's a good move to use in these group fighting over here. So again, just kind of moving forward, doing some more damage. He bubbled, so I made sure to switch targets. Going on this Guardian right here because he's going after my healer. Again, I probably should be taunting a little bit more. I'm kind of lazy about it and kind of forget about it because not a lot of people are taking damage, but I am pretty good about doing intercedes. Jump forward on this target and was able to kill him because he was going on my Merc. Nice 10k Ravage to finish him off. Again, that's another thing. Mercs are squishy classes and they can't really survive the beating that we can survive, so whenever you see some of those classes take damage, you want to intercede over, quickly peel for them, and then move on. I throw out a group stun because my healer just came out of my bubble, and that's when my healer is most vulnerable. So by throwing out a group stun right there, I'm able to give her some chance to breathe. My tank throws out some taunts, of course, and then we're able to continue fighting. Pushing the healer away, jumping in, and again, now notice right there what I did right there. By pushing him out and having my Merc finish her off, I was able to push her out of guard range. And as soon as she was out of guard range, she fell very quickly. Now right here, I probably should have used a choke or something to block the person, but there was two people on the node anyway, and it wasn't a huge deal. So we're making some big progress, and it looks like we kind of have this node, but there's a call in grass, and I want to make sure I'm helping out my teammate. So I move forward to the node, call out that I'm going there, intercede over because that gets me closer to the node, jump forward on the healer again. Now again, look at this DPS right here, going forward my rotation very well. The Ravage after the crushing dot is very helpful because it slows your target into your Ravage. Continuing again with my Obliterate, interrupted the heal, move forward again with my rotation. Again, staying with him, the Merc and me are able to burst him down at the end, and so we're able to finish him off. Then what I want to do is I push one guy away because he was on my Merc, jump forward over again, and continue finishing him off. Now the Merc also rockets out to get some distance, so we're able to attack these two people. Now unfortunately, this guy has only a little bit of health left, and I'm not able to help my Merc. So as soon as I kill him, my Merc also dies. And this is one of the problems right here. I was so focused on the side of the node that I missed the people capping, and so that's a pretty poor mistake by me. I did not play that very well. I should have been more on the node, but I wanted to make sure I was going to help my Merc, and I was pretty kill thirsty as well. So at this point I know I'm basically dead. I just want to stall for a little bit of time, keep these guys over here as much as possible until some of my teammates come. So again, mad dashing away. You want to make sure that you're using your what I call ultimate defenses, and I don't know if this is what they're called, but Juggernauts have two abilities where we dodge literally everything that comes in our path, and that's the first 2 seconds of our shield. We get a passive called Blade Turning, which Marauders do not get, and it means in the first couple seconds we're basically invincible. And also for the duration of the mad dash, we're also invincible. So when you're expecting to get a lot of damage in a short amount of time, you want to make sure you're hitting those if you can. And so I see that there's a couple people attacking our node, and it looks like a healer DPS combo. So I'm jumping up to my guy just to kind of get on the node, interceding and jumping over here. And then moving forward on some DPS. Again, it's the same scoundrel healer. We did a pretty good job last time, so it's hard to finish him off. Excuse me. Pushing him away, going forward to the smash to get some good AoE damage, and then moving forward on the DPS again. Throwing out a group, stun, interceding over, and then doing more DPS on the Sage. Now I see you want to just make sure you're picking up cues from the other players. I saw that this Juggernaut was attacking the healer, so I switched over. As soon as he starts attacking someone else, I switch as well. You just want to make sure that your team is attacking as one unit, and that way you're able to do DPS better and just be more effective clearing them all. Doing some nice DPS over here. Looks like he stealths out, but I had my I think there's a couple of dots on him because I see him running around over here. I jump forward quickly down, interrupt the Culto pack, and then move forward to finish him off. Now he rolls, unfortunately, my finishing blow and my Saber throw, and so I'm kind of delayed. I use all of my 10-meter force ability range and then use my Raging Burst to finish him off. Now, since we're just about done clearing the node, I want to make sure that we're finishing him off really quick and then going on to help. Now, I'm sorry guys, this is a little bit one-sided, but I've been playing this spec for the past 2 days, and this was the best game just to kind of show the mobility, the rotation really well, just all the sorts of 1v1s defenses that Rage Juggernauts have. If you're curious about my thoughts about this class, I like it. I can't deny that I like it, but it's just of whether I think it's a better class and a class that I like better than the Immortal spec. This class has a lot of quick damaging abilities. It has a lot of mobility. You get the Root Breaker on the Intercede. You have the ability to do maybe about over 10k hits, maybe 3 or 4 times. And as you can see, that directly influences my DPS. I'm able to get high DPS, not as high protection as Immortal. Quick look at my disciplines and gear. My gear isn't optimal. I haven't really augmented, but what I have augmented, I augmented endurance augments, and this is a playstyle preference. You may not want to do this augments, but for me, looking at this tank spec, when I'm doing my Immortal Juggernaut, we have a lot of our defensives that revolve around health. Our Enrage Defense heals us for a percentage of health. Our Endure Pain heals us for a percentage of health. So I like having endurance augments just to kind of make the difference and get that little bit of extra healing, a little bit extra survivability, but you're still getting the power that comes with it. So as I said, look in the description for the rotation. This was a request by one of my subscribers, so thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.